Lagos State government emphasizes importance of verifying building permits documents. President Tinubu ordered payment of 3.3 trillion naira power sector debts. And Warrington French police kills man attempting to burn Jewish synagogue. And in sports, Nigeria Football Federation mandates Finidi George to qualify national team for 2025 AFCON 2026 World Cup. And now the details. I am Mike James. Lagos State Fiscal Plan and Permit Authority LASPA has emphasized the importance of verifying building permits documents from the agency to avoid falling victim to fraudsters and imposters. Commissioner for Fiscal Planning and Urban Development Oluyinka Olumide also cautioned stakeholders in the construction industry and residents to be cautious of counterfeit building approvals and planning permits. According to him, the importance of town planners in creating sustainable and resilient villages, towns and cities through decisive decisions about land uses, infrastructure, transportation and environmental conservation may not be felt by people without adequate publicity and public sensitization. Hence, the unveiling of the agency's sensitization tools and the face of LASPA. And as part, the General Manager, Lagos State Fiscal Plan and Permit Authority, Kehinde Oshinaike, urged stakeholders in a built environment to maximize the opportunity to regularize their building approvals with LASPA. As part of the strategy to equip officers with the necessary skills for data capturing for effective performance at work, the Ministry of Establishment and Training has organized a specialized workshop for admin, human resource and information and communication technology officers. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Establishment and Training, Olubusola Abidakun, who was represented by the Director of Training, Abisola Dokumu Adigbite, commended the efforts of the state government for identifying and investing in a tool that will not only help in developing and empowering officers to harness the power of data optimization in training programs, but also to serve as a compass to guide officers through the intricacies of budget allocation. She said the tools would provide invaluable insight into the performance of training initiatives and would also enable officers to identify areas of strength and opportunities for improvement. Special Persons Association of Nigeria, SPAN, has underscored the need to empower persons with disabilities, create equal opportunities for them, and address issues around child abuse, destitution, drug abuse, and street begging among youth. SPAN President Prince Well David stated this at the annual National Handicapped Youth Day Rally Conference held in Lagos with the theme Vessel unto Honor, taken from the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 20. According to him, the World Youth Day celebration acknowledged the value to continue reducing the alarming rate of child abuse, destitution, drug abuse, juvenile delinquency, street begging among the youths. David said the association has trained and empowered over 5,000 persons with disabilities, PWDs, in the country and recognized personalities, excellent PWDs, special schools.
Yes, we have affected the life of persons with disability in numerous ways. One, we are running a transport scheme, persons with disability. And that transport scheme, we have planned it in such a way that every person with special need does not pay. If you are going to Abuja, if you are going to Were, if you are going to Aba, you enter free of charge and you will be well taken care of.
On his part, the national coordinator of SPAN, Chidi Nwankwo, called on government and private organizations to assist the association in meeting up with some of its infrastructure projects and renovations, which will further make life easy for PWDs.
They should be able to absorb persons with disabilities that are actually qualified to be employed. Visually impaired, hearing and speaking impaired, mentally retarded, physically challenged should be employed in various sectors. No matter the little you think can come out of them, they can make their contribution towards the development of the economy.
Nwankwo urged PWDs and able-bodied persons to strive to be vessels unto honor in order to be useful to God, parents, families, and the society at large. Federal government has introduced the Young and Secure project, a groundbreaking initiative aimed at building trust and strengthening collaboration between young Nigerians and the police force. The government also assured that the administration of President Bola Tinubu remained steadfast in its commitment to ensuring the safety, security, and prosperity of every Nigerian citizen. Ministers of State for Police Affairs and Youth Development, Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, said the project is aimed at empowering youths to become active participants in nation building and ensure their safety and security. Suleiman Ibrahim described the project as a core initiative that restores trust, strengthens collaboration, and renews hope between young Nigerians and the police force. On his part, the Minister of State for Youth Development, Ayodele Olawande, noted that the country had grappled with significant challenges in bringing the gap between its youth and law enforcement agencies. He posited that the erosion of trust and understanding between these vital segments of the society underscored the urgent need for proactive and innovative solutions. And now to the rest of the stories. As part of the measures to tackle incessant power outages in the country, President Bola Tinubu has approved the gradual payment of power sector debts, estimated at over 3.3 trillion naira. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu made this known at the 8th Africa Energy Marketplace held in Abuja. Adelabu also justified the Band A tariff hike, saying that only 15% of Nigerians were affected. The federal government has commenced payment of the cash part of the 1.3 trillion naira debt owed Gencos and concluded plans to settle the second part via promissory notes within a time frame ranging from 2 to 5 years. President Bola Tinubu has urged the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, member states to work in unison against terrorism and other challenges. Tinubu, who is the chairman of ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, stated this when he received the new president of Senegal, Bassirou Faye, at the State House, Abuja. He said West Africa must work together to defeat terrorism, banditry, human trafficking, and poverty. Senegalese President Bassirou Faye acknowledged Nigeria and Senegal's shared values, ideals, and challenges, emphasizing that both nations have always had good relations since the 1960s. Faye called for the reactivation of the Nigeria-Senegal Joint Commission to strengthen bilateral relations. And over to foreign news. France Interior Minister Gerald Damanin says French police have killed an armed man who planned to set fire on a synagogue in the northwestern city of Rouen. Reports say the man was armed with a knife and an iron bar when he went towards police. They shot him. Rouen Mayor Nicolas Meyer notes that the attack on the synagogue did not just affect the Jewish community, but the entire city was battered in a shock. Meyer says firefighters at the scene eventually brought the fire under control inside the synagogue. And France has the third largest Jewish community in the world after Israel and the United States. And over to sports news. Nigeria Football Federation NFF has mandated Super Eagles head coach Finidi George to qualify the team for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations and 2026 FIFA World Cup. NFF President Ibrahim Gusau, who said this during a TV show in South Africa, also debunked rumors that the NFF committed Finidi to a one-year contract. Gusau noted that Finidi is going to be in charge of the team till the end of 2026. And that was our news at 10. But just before we go, please do not drive beyond specified speed limit. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. And you can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration engaged independent managers for the management of the Lagos theatres? Well, you can get more details on the Lagos government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Legacy Fiscal Planning Permit Authority LASPA has emphasized the importance of verifying building permits documents from the agency to avoid falling victim to fraudsters and imposters. As part of the measures to tackle incessant power outages in the country, President Bola Tinubu has approved the gradual payment of power sector debts, estimated at over 3.3 trillion naira. We also told you that France Interior Minister Gerard Damanin has confirmed that French police officers have killed an armed man who planned to set fire on a synagogue in the northwestern city of Rouen. And then in sports, Nigeria Football Federation NFF has mandated Super Eagles head coach Finidi George to qualify the team for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations and 2026 FIFA World Cup. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast. It was compiled by Kayode Mafalashiri. Thank you for listening. My name is Mike James.